Here's Drew Kaiser now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Corey Liggett makes the stop. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Simeon. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league. And we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Simeon. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7th. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. And he cuts it right and into space. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So unable to get any. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Hill. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for San Diego. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll look to set up his blockers. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure in the offensive side, they said there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at it, keep handing them the football.
And quickly they get to the line. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And on the ground they go with the running back. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll give it to him right up the gut. He only needed a few inches. He didn't even get that. And the Charger defense stands tall. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So the Broncos coming out now. And this offense last time turned it over. Went on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out every time.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Surveying the field. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Boy, a curious... And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 38 yards.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. And Denver getting set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready.
And they'll run it here. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Back to throw here. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now Simeon. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard